Welcome to Bunnies TV, live and free. It's Mabo here, and I just saw that rainbow outside. I thought I'd chuck it on the screen. Welcome to the show. I wanted to jump on and say hello and go through a couple of things. We've got the Rabbitohs back at training this week. They've been at some sort of camp, I believe. So let me just bring up the comments. Now, I want this to be a more regular occurrence. I'm just going to check the different platforms if it's working. And there it is. So let me just have a listen. There you go.
Occurrence. I'm just going to check.
So that's in that's on Facebook, and it's quite weird seeing that because I've only ever gone live on YouTube, and now that I'm going live on all these other platforms, it's just been a real satisfying thing because this is the reason we get people like Matthew Dixon who says, any update of Jack Whiten? No, mate, I haven't heard anything. Last I heard was from someone that's close to the team that said maybe middle of January before he starts running. So that's, a lot of eyes will be on Jack actually to see how he is going. Not sure if he'll be out there tomorrow, out at the Heffron Centre, but we'll wait and see. And channel member Michael Tasker has joined us and said, see you tomorrow, Mavo. Hello, Mick. How you going? Lotties would know Mick. He's in the burrow with the hard hat on. You can't miss him. He's a very passionate supporter and one of Qantas' finest workers too, I believe. He does a lot of nights and goes to the footy. He's a champion man. So, Michael Tasker, thanks for dropping in. So this is why I like StreamYard. You can see the little get that out, little icon, the YouTube next to Mick's name. And then when I put Matt's one up, you've got the Facebook one there. And then we've got T. Gudjo said, hey, Mavo. Hello, mate. Thank you for jumping on, T. Gudjo. I haven't seen your name on there much before, mate. So thanks for dropping in and having a chat on the stream. Now, I had a few things prepared before and I had to shut the computer quickly down. So what I'm going to do is bring them back up. And yeah, so I can share the screen with you now, what I want to see, what I want you to see on the screen. I just hope it's not lagging or anything. But yeah, so the boys are back and I'm only going to film from a distance there for a little while in the morning. Not going to get too up close and personal with the lads, but I put all our gear together again today, and there was a piece of equipment that I thought that I'd lost that I haven't actually lost, and it means that the audio is better and things aren't as bad as I thought. I've still got to replace a couple of cords and that, but it won't be long before we will be back in action. And here's this article. So I'm going to show you what I mean as far as sharing the screen goes. It's a little bit slow. I hope it's not coming through too slow. Now, Matt Dixon said, how many days NRL? I'm not sure. I'm not sure how many days of training or what they're doing. And I've been joined by Greg Wiscombe. How are you, mate? And he said, can you see Tass earning a spot in the second row? He's a solid defender. Yeah, well, I think he could probably slot into the forwards. He's talented enough. And because we spoke about it on the last show, that Jack Whiten will probably play left centre. That's Tass's spot. So where do you play Tass? You could put him in the second row without a problem. And Jojo Camsey said, how are you, Mavo? I'm well, thank you, mate. So we're in the temporary studio here. The audio is a little bit better now because I've got the Rode wireless mic on and I'm using the camcorder. So we're still waiting to get the proper studio up and running, but doesn't matter. I just want to jump on and I've got no script again, but I'm going to show you a few things now. So one thing with StreamYard, get the words out. Maybe, is that I can actually share the screen with you now. And so we're looking at this article here the Rabbitohs put out, and it was all the teams, the top 30 and the development and all of that. And yeah, so there's a lot of info on there, and there's a few trials coming up, so you can see that. You know, we can go. So I'll just stop that. Back to things. So yes, sharing the screen. For instance, when the teams come up, instead of me just talking about them and holding the sheet, I can actually bring them up, share the screen with you guys, and we can go through the team together while it's on the screen, as you can see. Damien K. Donk, hey, Mava, hope you're well, mate. Who will be the bench for the first few games? Oh, good question, gee. That's a tough one. It depends on who's fit and who's available. Like, so obviously Jack Whiten's not playing. Yeah, it's a real tough question, mate. I'll have to have a look at that. Maybe I'll get back to you on the next show. Karina Hazer, all the way from Germany. She's bought some merchandise. I just posted it over there to her, and she's made a few posts on Twitter and that, wearing the gear. And so thank you, Karina. Thanks for your support. And it's good to know that some of the Bunnies TV gear like this is heading over to Europe. So we'll take Europe by storm. And Matt Dixon said, how the Rabbitohs boys? Yeah, I don't know. Well, I'm going to find out tomorrow. I'm going to go and have a look and see how we go. Now, I'll just set up this as well. I had a few things set up, and I just restarted the computer. Now, I'm going to share the screen with you here. I need an apprentice or something to do all this. Well, I've got one in young Oscar. See, there's Bunnies TV. You can see they've got 10,000 followers now and putting up content all the time. So there's me actually going live and all that, and a lot of reels going up too. So you can see what I mean there with sharing the screen. Also, I can share selected content, like I shared the rainbow, like that. And I'm just going to get rid of the comment there from Matt Dixon. And, you know, selected pieces of content. You know, and that reel's been going quite well on all the platforms of the great man, Jack Whiten. And, yeah, so apologies for the last live stream that I did. I wasn't happy with the audio, because if I'm just talking straight into the laptop, it's not as good as wearing a microphone. And like I said, there's still a few things to fix up here, but we're going all right. And Damien K. Donk said, the boys training at Heifer on Thursday morning, 9 a.m. I think they might be, mate. Yeah, I'm not sure what the mornings are and all that. But, yeah, they're getting back into the swing of things. They've got trials coming up. A lot is happening from now on at the club. And Karina said, thanks for that. So many people asked me on the Facebook at the fan group where they can get it to. Oh, there you go. So representing, buying all our stuff at Bunnies TV. So I'll just show you where you can get them. I'll just say, the computer's going slow. I hope I'm not lagging out there watching the... But, yeah, so further to what Karina said there, I'm going to share the screen, and that's the Bunnies TV homepage with the sponsors up there. You can see George's Cameras, Site Pizza, the Juniors Group of Clubs, Doppel Constructions. Thank you to all my supporters. And so that's the website. And then to shop like Karina did, click on shop, and you can either buy the hoodies, there's me and the boys, or the t-shirt. Click on that. You can go through the process, and easy done now. Gets posted out to you. Cheap as chips. So I'm excited about the new changes for the stream, and happy to just jump on and have a chat and let people comment and watch on the different platforms. So, like I said, this is going live on YouTube where we went before, but it's also going live on Facebook, LinkedIn, and X, also known as Twitter. So you can comment from all those different platforms, and when it comes up, I'll put it on the screen. Like Matt Dixon said, when is Jack back at training? I don't know. And Karina said, I have told them they can find it here. So let's see. Oh, thank you, Karina. Always helping me out on the show. So, yeah, I'm happy just to sell these if people want them. And the hoodies are quite warm. Karina said it's freezing over there in Germany. So she put that to good use, the new hoodie. Yeah, so got another comment here from David. How valuable do you think we are having Joe O'Callaghan on the coaching staff and more interaction with the first grade squad? Mate, we're really lucky to have Joe O'Callaghan. He's a smart guy, and he's a no nonsense type of coach. He'll tell it how he sees it, and he's been good. And he's brought some players to the club. I know he's a smart guy, and he's helped with a lot of recruiting, especially some of these young fellas coming down from Queensland that are looking like they could be stars of the future. So Joe O'Callaghan, very valuable, and more interaction with the first grade squad. Well, I think we go right there as far as interacting. If anyone wants to go to the Heffron Centre, the boys usually will sign stuff for you, say hello, let you take photos and all that. So we've got pretty good access to the club and the players. And I know they just want to knuckle down this off-season and get into their work and bounce back after last year's disaster. So that's really a goal for this first grade squad, as you all know. And all the supporters want to see them start well. We need to start well in Vegas. It's not really a place you'd think to go over there and be at your best, but we're going to have to do it. Hopefully we come out and hammer Manly. I'm pretty sure if Tommy Turbo's fit and they're going to be up for it. So it's going to be a huge clash over there in Vegas. And it all starts tomorrow when they start back at training. David Chapman's jumped in and said, Happy New Year, boys. Looking forward to a great season with you and the team. Thank you, mate. Yeah, so there's a Pathways Day on the 20th, and I've got to work. So unfortunately, I'm only going to be able to do some of the stuff either in the morning or the afternoon. But, there's some Pathways trials at Penrith coming up this weekend, and then they're back at Redfern for trials on the 20th. And then there's going to be a lot of games at Redfern you're going to be able to see. I might be able to broadcast a few of them as well, with Milo helping me out and maybe a few of the others as well. Damien Dayconk said, thanks, mate. Thank you, mate. So, yeah, it's no real purpose to the show today other than to say I wanted to jump on and just test a few things out, get a bit more practice with sharing the screen. There's any if people ask about a player's history, I can go straight to the Rugby League project and bring that up. Now, in other news, we lost the great number 9, Daryl Bampton, and that really is a sad day when a man of that caliber is lost. I've known number 9 for a long, long time. He was always around the club when I was there, so that's back in the 80s. He played for the club in the 70s. He subsequently became a great administrator. But, I've always just known him as number 9, a great bloke. And he really is. I'm just going to bring up something here that I've done about him. Like I said, I was just about to go on air and everything was overheating and I just had to restart everything. But anyway, it is what it is. Now, Chrome just wants to see who I am. So stand by. It's coming up. I'll just see if there's any more chat while I'm waiting for that to load. And Karina said, I will try jump in the next stream because I start working again tomorrow. And yes, it's cold here at the moment. It's -9 degrees in beautiful downtown Germany. So, yeah, I'm sure I'd like to go. I'd love to go and check Germany out. A lot of countries in Europe all close together. You can go and check them all out. Lockie Pylon said, Happy New Year, lads. Looking forward to the year ahead. Yeah, it's going to be a big year. It's going to be huge. So many things to look forward to. We've got a few new players. We've got some good players coming through. We've got some good teams in the pathways. So I'm as excited about watching some of the Harold Matts and the SG Ball kids coming through as I am about the first grade. The Flegg, the Lisa Fiola 17s are new. the Tasha Gale. The New South Wales Cup, can they go back to back? Who knows? We shall see. And Richie Nassif said, sure was. Hello, Rich. How you going, mate? So now I'm going to bring up this post about the great number 9. Apologies for this because, like I said, I had it all ready to go. And then when I restarted the computer, I just jumped straight on and it wasn't all ready. But like I said, this is all part of the process of actually getting used to what's going on here. Now it's ready to go. After that little bit of impromptu filling, it's still thinking about it. Anyway, while I'm waiting, this is what I like about, like I've said to you, it's we can just interact on the show. If a topic comes up, we can explore it. And now we can Google it and we can share the results on the screen. And Karina says, I'm really looking forward to the first game with the new teammates in Vegas. Yeah, it's going to be huge, the new game. Okay, now I've got it ready to go. So let's share the screen of the great number 9. Now, this is just a draft article that Mark Emery has sent me some stuff for. All right, so yeah, there he is. That's with Bob McMillan in the middle there, and the lanky Yank, Don Lane. So he was always in the dressing room. He used to come in the dressing room when I was playing, and he was quite famous at the time. He still is, and he would come in and talk to the boys, and he just loved the club. And he's like I said, he's a Yank. He's an American man. There's another photo of number 9 there. Something about there's a nude scene. Sydney captain Daryl Bampton has taken legal action over a nude dressing room scene on the Rex Mossop Big League show on Channel 7. So there you go, a bit of controversy. The big number 9's bum got shown on TV, or maybe even more. There's another one of him there. Here's a first grade team, 1978. Captain Daryl Bampton, and he was wearing the number 9. That's why we call him number 9. We used to call him that. A few more photos. So, yeah, this is why Mark Emery is great for the show, because he's got all this treasure trove of stuff. This is even this is Daryl Bampton captaining the President's Cup, a program for that. So there's some really interesting names on those sheets there. But, yeah, I'll just get rid of that. So in his later years, number 9 used to live in Botany, and he was always down or close by, and he was always down the shops and having a beer in the pub, and I'd always see him down there. He'd been sort of through the wars. He went from being, the most switched on guy and funny and your mate and always there for everyone, and then he had a stroke later in life and he wasn't quite the same. But, he still managed, and, he's a real sad loss. Rest in peace, Daryl Bampton, number 9. We'll move on to some comments. John Cooperitzis, I think that's right. Cooperitzis, if you can correct me other than that. He said, what are the chances of Jack White and partnering Cody in the halves? Do you think it will be a bit wasted, stuck on the edge? That's a good question. And that's one for JD, Joe, and all the coaches to decide upon. I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. I mean, but look, they're both quality halves. So if it happens, I wouldn't have a problem with it. But, it just depends where you're going to do with Lockie if that happens. Keon World's jumped on. He said, hey, Mavo. Hello, Keon World. Love it when you come and listen to the streams, watch the streams. And yes, Ben Hornby, Richie. I tried to think of his name last time and it wouldn't come to me, so I just moved on and said Sutton that. But yeah, Ben Hornby, what an important part of the team. Should Jack White play for New South Wales in 2024? Well, if his form warrants it, and here it is here, Ben Hornby, it was on the tip of my tongue. So yeah, Ben Hornby won a grand final, and he's a legendary player, and now he's a valuable coach at the club. So I just want to jump on and say hello, and won't keep this much longer. I've shared a bit of stuff on the screen. I've shared some video, and as you know, there's always new content coming up. I did a bit of stuff with the video of Emerald Lawrence I've put up before, and I'm putting up old, new, SG Ball, Harold Matts, you name it. Got a good back catalogue of stuff here now at Bunnies TV, and it's been a bit of fun just going back and revisiting some of it and giving it some new life. And a lot of you would have already seen it, but then like a lot of times I'm giving it new character with some words down the bottom, talking over the top of it, or adding some music and a bit of just using it up a bit. So yeah, that's been fun doing that, but we're going to have a lot more to come, which I'm looking forward to. There's going to be plenty of content coming up going forward. So yeah, but I'll still be going back and looking at some of the stuff because we've filmed so much stuff over the last few years, and it's good to use it again. Some of the people that have joined the show haven't seen some of the old stuff, so that's why I'm mixing it up. And Richard said Matt Mitchell, so that was another a good example. Yes, I put up the Matty Mitchell game where he was carving up the Knights for the SG Ball, and we actually spoke to Joey Johns about that, and he said he couldn't believe how good Matt Mitchell was. Matt Mitchell just carved them up, and he said he was incredible. So that's high praise from the eighth immortal right there. And Tracy Clark, hello Trace, from the borough, said, "Hey mate, she's from Botany too, 2019, Botany Rams. I think Whiten and Trell in the centres will be amazing, but then Campbell, what do you put him?" So there you go. So look, Stretch has played on the wing with distinction. He's not quite as effective on the wing as he is in the centres, I don't think, but yeah, Trell and Jack were the World Cup winning centres, and look what we did. We destroyed him in that game. Trell was unstoppable on the left edge, and Jack, he's a great player too. So what do you do? It's a few dilemmas. We've already mentioned a couple on the show here with Tass, Jack, the halves. There's going to be more to come here. I don't think it's going to just be, we'll put him there, and we'll just leave it. I think depending on how they go, we might see some changes, but it's going to be some tough decisions to make. Yeah, the one, like you said, Trace, moving Trell from fullback to centre, a lot of people are carrying on about it, and maybe it would work. Maybe he is a better centre than he is a fullback, but I don't think it's going to happen because, he still does a lot of good stuff from the back for us. And Matt Dixon's said a good one. Should Campbell Graham play for New South Wales in 2024? Yes. He was almost there last year, and I think what happened was they went another way in one of the games. Then he had an injury, and it was just unfortunate for a big stretch that he didn't get there. But he's an Origin caliber player. You only got to see what he did for us this year. He had a good year this year, even last year. Scored plenty of tries, and we were leading the comp after 11 rounds, and we would have put nearly every South player in the Origin team. But anyway, and here is young Shaq Saunders. Just put in Shaq Saunders to fullback. There you go, mate. Well, welcome aboard. And I put up a Botany A grade expression of interest. So if anyone wants to play A grade, looking for a team, the mighty Botany Rams they're going to get one together. If you want to have a run, they're going to start off small, and hopefully it turns into a powerhouse team down the track. And someone tagged Shaq and said, if you're interested. So if you're interested, young Shaq, and look at that, backing himself to play fullback. I like it. And Keon said, how's your day been? My day's been pretty good, thanks, mate. Yeah, me and the missus went up to Terrigal for the weekend. It was really nice in Terrigal. The beach there and all the restaurants and the cafes and the water. And, yeah, we had a nice little trip up the Central Coast, and the water was beautiful. And Karita said she's looking forward to the collaboration between the young players and the experienced one. Yeah, so, there could be one or two boulders this year in this team. A couple of new inclusions, young fellas in the top 30, and a couple of them, like I've said, they're not in there to make up the numbers. So if they are not performing in the top squad, there will be pressure on different players, I believe, because, we were out there for success and we didn't need to win games. And it's going to be a hard top 17 to be in because we've got plenty of depth now in the squad. If we can keep everyone healthy, we'll be back. And Matt Dixon said, well, what am I doing tomorrow? Okay, so tomorrow I'm going to go to the Rabbitohs Centre. I'm going to try and meet the new cafe owner and wish him all the best, and maybe buy a coffee. Check out what they've got there to offer. Maybe say hello to Kaz in the merchandise store there at the Rabbitohs Centre. Then go out the back, set up, film a bit of the boys, and then wrap it up. Not hang around too long because, you know, they want to get right down to business now in this pre-season. I might even film from around on the other side of the field or something. I don't want to get in the Rabbitohs Centre yet because there's no media yet or anything really, and no one's invited to go there. So I'm just, you know, letting them know that I'm going and just going to film a bit of the boys and not get in their way. All right. Test number 2 or 3 for StreamYard. It's going okay. Like I said, we've got people from Facebook like Keon World. There it is. See the little red icon down there. And we've got people from Facebook like Young Shaq with a little Facebook thing next to them. And if you come from LinkedIn, you get the LinkedIn one. And if you come from X, you can watch it on Twitter. So it's just better, I think, that the show can go live. It lets people know, and just, you know, this is just sitting here in the studio having a chat and showing you different things. But eventually it's going to be streaming games live. We're going to be doing post-game shows. There's going to be a whole lot of content plus interviews coming to you on StreamYard. So, you know, that's going to be one of the good ones. Doing a live interview on StreamYard with my subject sitting next to me. We're chatting away, and then the guests can interact with the person as well. So that's some of the plans coming up this year. I will let you go. It is Monday, the 8th of January, and the season's kicking off very early with the trials that are coming up. So we'll be covering it for you here on Bunnies TV. Thanks again for your support. Make sure you hit the like button, leave a comment, share, subscribe. I've also got subscriptions on Facebook now, paid subscriptions on YouTube and Facebook, exclusive content in there. So jump on there if you want to support me too. Thanks again, and look out for all the content coming ahead in 2024. See you later.